back to my channel. It's Rebecca. Sorry, no bro, COVID-19. No, I don't have it, but I've been sequestered to my home, solitary confinement here. So I ain't putting the bra on. So there. Anyway, cleaning up after the other painting. I'm not done with it, but switching back to the butterfly painting, the mystery painting that I now know is a monarch butterfly with cherry blossoms, and it's so pretty. But I have to switch drills. It's not a big deal. I just thought I'm going to chat with you guys while I do it. This is a whip and chat. I haven't done one in a long time because, holy cow, what are we going to say? I'm home alone for the most part. Let me just tell you a little bit about my life in solitary confinement, or what we call social distancing. I guess that's the proper term for what this is we are going through. So, first of all, I've never used this container before. This is my first time using what do they call it? The lockables. I'm not blown away. I think it's okay. I actually still prefer my Doris Ward. Doris Elizabeth Ward. And the reason it's called that, because Doris is the company that makes it. Elizabeth Ward designed the container. So they're Doris Elizabeth Ward. This is Craftmates Lockables. I dropped one of these once, and one of the containers opened, but probably totally my fault. I probably didn't make sure it was locked, and I had a drill situation where I had to vacuum them up, and now we have these little spare, that's the color. I think I'm finished with that color. I don't know. Okay, so that's that painting. Now, the one I'm going to work on is actually in the Doris Elizabeth Ward container, and this is how I know which painting it is. It's the one that I covered with the money washi tape. I've used up this thing. I need to get another one. Another pink wax. Although I have here somewhere, look at this, blowing my nose. This is my work area, guys. It's a mess. Can you believe it? Okay, these are the ABs that I'm using in the other painting. So I haven't decided on using ABs in this butterfly painting. I probably won't, because it's actually stunning just the way it is. All right, so we got everything here. We got my containers. These go with the other painting. So we're just going to put those aside in a little bucket, go with the other containers. So I've still got enough containers here. Oh, geez, I got 4 of them. So I have decided that every month I'm going to order the tray color of the month. And I like the mini tray. So this was December's Archer Arts mini tray. This one, I think I just bought. This may have been my first purchase because I liked the color. This was February. This beautiful. It's got sort of an orange sparkle to it. It's really pretty. It's a strange color mixture. The pink with the orange, but I like it. It works. And then April's was this ice blue. It's gorgeous. I think they ran out, but they're getting more in. So I'm going to use those for tray. I just like these trays. And then, of course, I got my cup of coffee. I got some tweezers here. I don't need 2. I've got the flat. I've got the round. I'm going to put one set away in my little tray. I have this little tray over here that I keep, miscellaneous stuff on. And then also over here I have, this is something I started. Instead of putting black, kitting up the black, I just have a Doris container of square 310 black, and then a Doris container of round 310 black that I just I just use them instead of kitting up more black. So I've got a lot of black going on. And then I don't know why I have these over here. This, oh, see, more black. These are square. But these are the, I make sure I separate them. These are the Ever Moment square black. And then for some reason I got a 154 going over here. I had an issue with, for a little while, with darker drills being really crappy. Lots of knobbly bits. What is going on down here? Goodness gracious. A couple of lids. So what I like to do, in fact, that's what I'm going to do here. Oh my God, listen to me. I'm just kind of thinking out loud where I didn't put this back in the other kit. I know what number it is. I know now. I hope I know when I go back to the, I will. I'm going to go back to the other kit. Probably later on tonight. I want to finish it. I'm almost done. So I'm going to put that. This is also Archer Arts. I just wanted to try the ones with the handles. You know, I'm not blown away, so I never ordered any more, but I just, you know, wanted to give it a try. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put the lid on it for later so I don't spill them everywhere. And of course they come out. There's a little chute that they could come out, and they did. They're little escape artists, these drills. My God. Now they're on my pants. You see what I go through? This is why I don't get much painting done. Now I've got orange drills on the floor. So exactly what I meant to prevent, I did not prevent by putting the lid on, but that's okay. Oh, jeez. I haven't drank that coffee yet, so let's get going on the coffee, shall we? All right, we're going to close the lid, even put the little thing so then they don't come out. Oh my God. For heaven's sakes, Rebecca. Okay. And then I've got my little, we call it the vagina. This is my little, diamond funnel that I use when I'm putting them back. Of course, I must have had a snack here at some point. I don't try not to eat where I'm doing my diamond painting. Then I got this little thing from Happy Hippo that I swear to God, the magnet is huge. Look at this magnet on this thing. It's here. Look, it's ginormous. Ginormous. I'm gonna make you sick. There. So I'm gonna put that on the diamond painting, so we can put our trash there. The magnet's so big that it like lifts the diamond painting up. All right, so I'm gonna switch my microphone over here a little bit. All right, turn. You're gonna get sick here, so turn your head. I'm gonna turn the camera. Okay, and there. Now we're on my desk. Look at all these little drills. This is an A2 light pad that I've got here. And then down here are all these little drills that kind of like trickle down over time. Yeah, Jesus. Look at all these drills. This is funny. I don't think I can get them up with the vacuum because I don't know, let's try. I don't know if I got this little vacuum from Donnie's shop. No, they won't, you can't vacuum those up. Oh well, I tried. We're just gonna roll them to the side here. And yeah, those are trash drills. Okay. We just kind of sort of put them in that little trash bin. All right. I hope we're good on the sound. Let's go. Coffee. So I've actually been shopping on Every Moment for, other paintings, and I've seen this painting in its entirety. So there's like another tree branch. This is a tree branch going on here. So there's like a big tree branch, and I believe there is another monarch butterfly that we're going to get into. Maybe not quite as big as this, but the entirety of the painting is a lot of this cherry blossom going on here, which is gorgeous. I may go back later when the painting is done and see if I want to stick some ABs into the butterfly, but I don't know. We may leave that alone. I don't have a lot of square AB drills or sparklers. So, and as you know, this is an ever moment painting. God, the square drills on an ever moment painting are so beautiful. They just go in so nice. You can multi-place them. And so I'm going to work on this little tree branch here, which is probably means there's some 154 in my life. I don't know. Here's another. You find those everywhere. You've already seen 3 on my desk. There's another one. All right, what number do we want? I want to do these hearts here. All right, so what's going on in my life? Well, it sounds like the dogs are hungry. They're pushing their dish around in the kitchen. In fact, I'm going to pause and go feed them. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. They were hungry, so I fed them. You know, I thought I'm drinking some more coffee here. I thought another good reason why I'm doing this video is to, you know, I'm thinking if this COVID-19 thing ends badly, you know, they'll find my WIP and chat. They'll know what I was doing during this time. So let me start out. Let's see, March 11th, and I'll tell you why I remember this. March 11th was March 13th. It was Friday the 13th. Yeah, it was Friday the 13th, and one of the first things I do when I go in the office. All right, start diamond painting, right? Okay. So I was going to do some black. One of the first things I do when I go in the office in the morning is, because I'm always there first, I change the calendar. So I do remember changing the calendar to Friday the 13th. I need more light. Sorry, guys. I know that makes it a little brighter for you, but I can see now. I have to have like strobe lights going in here for me to be able to see the painting and this microphone so you can hear what the heck is Rebecca saying. I'm trying to adjust it here a little bit. So, okay, so you can hear me. There we go. So I just remember that changing it that day because, you know, Friday the 13th. And it's one of those little calendars that has the little blocks, you know, and you have to play around with the blocks to get it to the right date. So, and if you go in that office today, that calendar still says Friday the 13th. Because that was the day that the boss said, guys, take your computers home just in case. You know, I have to tell you guys to work from home. So we packed up our computers and took what we thought we would need to work at home. And lo and behold, we have been home ever since. So that was a Friday. So I guess the official start date for the, you know, imposed social distancing for my job started on the 15th of March. And today is April 12th? 13th. April 13th. Oh my God, look at that. It's April 13th. So 1 month, guys. Un month. I don't know how you say month in Spanish. Oh my God. So I'm doing black. So I knew this was a branch here. So I knew that there was going to be some black involved. But see how nice these squares are? They just kind of sit so nicely right in here. They just, you know, I have to struggle with them. And I don't know. Other paintings, when you have the squares, you're like, I don't want to do squares. This one is just, and one of the things you can do with squares, so once you've laid them all down, you got them in an area, and you run your hand over, and it feels so nice. And you should run your hand over, because every now and then you'll feel something, a drill pop up, and then you just want to, like, you know, put it back into place, like right there. See? Pop right back into place. It's just because it's a tight fit. and you want it to lay flat, flat. And it feels so good. Now, here, probably have the painting bent a little on the, go over the edge, but it feels fine. But isn't that gorgeous? It has this it starts with black here, and it just fades, it blends into some dark blue and then some other blues, and it's just gorgeous. And then the pink cherry blossoms. This painting is phenomenal. Now, did I tell you guys how I got this painting? I think I did. Mystery Diamond Painting Fun Facebook group, which is run by Christina Katzman. She's a super good friend of everybody in the community. We all love Christina Katzman. Now look, I found a drill that does not go here. It probably just got here because it landed here by mistake, because it definitely does not go there. So I took it off. Anyway, so I'm in her group, and she had an exchange, and myself and another person were matched together, and this is what she gave me. I gave her a painting from Ever Moment, and they leave the thumbnail off. I don't know if I can show you here. See, they leave off the thumbnail when you tell them. So at first I did not know what I was diamond painting. Now I know Ever Moment's site well enough I shop there often enough that I have seen this image. At first, I was quite surprised because I started over here and I worked this way. When I started to see these oranges, I was very puzzled. I'm like, what in the world? But it turned out beautifully. More coffee. All right, so isolation for 1 month. So what has it been like? Well, for historical purposes, if your kids are doing a report on this months from now, and they have to go back and interview a relative that lived through the 2020, 2020, what are we going to call it? The COVID-19 social isolation. Can you just picture it like, hey, great grandma, of course I'm a grandma now, I'm not a great grandma yet, but hey, great grandma, what was it like during that COVID-19, social distancing? What was that like for you, Grandma? You lived through that. Yeah, I have so far. If I haven't, then they can go back and see this tape and see how it was. I could just see, hey, Dad, do you have that tape where Grandma, where great grandma talked about when they were social distancing back, when they had that virus that went through the entire world? Yeah, can you picture that? It's going to happen. So, I might be here, I might not be here, but in any case, this is for posterity. They'll know that Grandma was into diamond painting, and that she sometimes didn't wear her bra, and that she was kind of a weird person. And they'll see this diamond painting, and they'll say, wow, we have that on the wall in the living room. I wondered where that came from. And yeah, okay. So what else have I worked on since COVID started? So I'm working on this, which I actually started last year, because this is a huge painting. It's oh God, I want to say it's like 60 by 80. It's got to be it's probably 60 by 80. And so I started this last year, and it's one of those paintings. Once you know what it is, sometimes you'll put it away for a little while, and then I hang it up, and then I get in the mood to do it. In between other projects, other collabs, you get it out, you work on it. So I'm doing one collab right now during this social distancing. What are we going to call it? Social distancing. It's not a nightmare. Imposition. The self-distancing imposition. Okay, during this imposition, which is where you're being placed in a position that you didn't really want to be in. So we don't really want to be in a position where we're told we have to stay home. So it's a social distancing imposition. I have to write that down because I'm going to forget. So during this social distancing imposition, I what else? So I started, well, Jennifer Roberts and I, last year, I think, yeah, last year, we had decided we're going to do another collab because we love doing collaborations together. We work very well together. We play off each other very well. And you'll know what that means when you see our videos. So we decided to do another collaboration, and we weren't quite sure, what it was we were going to do. But we knew we wanted to do a mystery diamond painting exchange, an ever moment exchange, just between the two of us, not within that, mystery diamond painting fun group. But we knew, because this thing hit China before it hit us, so they were in their imposed social distancing way before we were. So nothing was coming out of China. So once we actually decided to order those mystery diamond paintings right before that happened. I think we got in right before our orders went in and got completed right before Ever Moment shut their doors when China imposed the isolation over there, or the social distancing over there. So we ordered ours just in time. And then they came within a reasonable time, but then we weren't sure, now how do we do this, collaboration? Because I always like to do mine different than whatever I've done before, because, people want us to be unique. So we decided, okay, we're just going to leave it as a mystery. We're going to cover it up and reveal it sections at a time for our subscribers live each day in a forum where we could talk about what we're going through during this time, what is going on in the community. I think I'm finished with the black. So we've been doing that. We don't do it on the days that we actually have a live show or where there's a lot going on in the community. We did not do it last night because it was Easter and I think everybody was YouTubed out from the weekend. I mean, there's a lot going on in the community every weekend. All right, what's next color? Let's see. $23,939. So if you're doing this as a social studies project, youngsters, you're going to have to look up on YouTube where Great Grandma did lives with DP Addiction Adventures. Yes. Crafting Journey with Rebecca. That was Great Grandma. And she would go on and do lives every night with J-Rob. So look those up, folks. And you'll learn all about the imposition of social distancing and what Great Grandma was up to. All right, so I've been doing a lot of cooking during this time, cooking videos too. I'm actually, I call them the pandemic videos series. I've done banana bread. I have done bread pudding. I think I did one on macaroni and cheese. Is that all I've done? I don't know. So the next one I've decided I'm going to do, and I have the ingredients. I'm going to do chicken pot pie because who doesn't love chicken pot pie? In fact, I need to get the chicken out of the freezer so it thaws for the chicken pot pie, or we're not going to have that. So the other thing that I've been doing is, so I do have my computer at home. I work from home. Oh, there's all those drills that fell out of my trash can. or my when I was trying to put them in the trash can. You guys saw that, didn't you? You're like, oh, how long is it going to take Great Grandma to notice that? That she's got a mess there. Yeah, we'll clean that up. Holy moly! I guess that's one of the. I think that's when I brushed them off the side and tried to put them in the trash can. It didn't quite work that way, did it? And these are all round, so this must be from the Rapunzel painting that I'm working on. Okay, I think that's fine now. How did I not notice that when I was brushing the painting? Oh my God, this is crazy. All right, so I'm working from home. I get up in the morning and I check my computer and see if there's any new cases against any of the physicians or involving physicians. I shouldn't say against, but involving physicians, and then I get those to the right reviewers and uh, so on and so forth. But then they've also asked me to work in the the employee health section of the hospital at night answering phones. So I do that as well, which has been nice because I get out of the house every 4 days or 4 days a week. I do this. But again, I'm also isolated. I'm in a room by myself. You know, I say hi to the girl that I take over from, and um, so then I'm there by myself. So I'm pretty much always by myself. So that's how it's been for the last month. You know, I do my own job in during the day, which hasn't been terribly busy. Which I guess that's why we're working the other job too, which is fine with me because I am a nurse and I can work in other areas. Um, I was asked if I would do patient care, but I have opted not to because I'm 59 years old and I haven't done patient care for a very, very long time. And I'm not comfortable doing it anymore for a couple of reasons. You know, when I did do it, I did, you know, sick babies. I was a NICU nurse, that's neonatal intensive care, and that field changes rapidly. And I haven't practiced in that field for probably 30 years, which tells you how long it's been since I did patient care, direct patient care. I've always, you know, I've spent the last 30 years, you know, either practicing law or being in some administrative function within the hospital. Um, so, and the other reason is, you know, I need knee surgery super bad. My knee is killing me. So I have elective surgery scheduled for May, but nobody knows, you know, what's going to happen when April ends. Are we going to go into May as normal? Are things going to go back to normal? Are we going to start elective surgeries again? You know, nobody knows. I'm going to beg my doctor, please fix this knee, please. You know, I joined a gym, you know, the week before this social distancing hit. So I think I went to the gym once and then they closed the gym. So they're not charging me, which I mean that's good, but I don't have I don't have a gym to go to. Now, of course I can, you know, I can do stuff around the house, but my thought process for joining the gym was I wanted to use the pool. It's better. It takes some of that gravity off the knee, but that didn't. I got in the pool once. This color is very dark, 939. It's almost like a black, but not quite. I think you can see I'm filling that black in This painting is probably one of the most gorgeous paintings I have ever done. And I think I will invest some money into framing it, to put in my living room, probably above the TV, maybe that that focal wall that I have in the living room. I don't know. So I've been able to, food wise, I've had to go to the grocery store once or twice, a couple of times. Excuse me. We'll see if we can edit that out. I'm going to drink some more coffee while, as long as we're editing. My granddaughter came and stayed with me one of the weeks, which was interesting because she's doing her school from home. And I honestly, you know, I think the longest she spent on homework or on her schoolwork was, 3 hours. It doesn't take long to do it. And it's interesting to think that, they have to get up in the morning under normal circumstances, get ready for school, pack their lunch, get on the bus. And all of this is for like 3 hours of schoolwork. Like they're there for, this is like 6, 8 hour day, for 3 hours of schoolwork. And I've had her sewing and baking and doing, learning things she would never learn at school during this time. We play Monopoly. We learn, there's a lot of things you can learn and not have to walk into a classroom to do it. And those are the experiences I try to give my grandchildren. Not necessarily the teenage boys because, they just give me a hug and go on their merry way. So I saw the entire family yesterday, for Easter. I went over to my son's house. That's still allowed. You're still allowed to visit your relatives. I went over there and it was so nice to be with them. Super nice to, be surrounded by loved ones. We had a good meal. We watched some television. They got me to watch that goofy show, Tiger King. Oh my God, if you guys have not started watching it, it's like a train wreck. You can't turn away. I thought it was like a show, like a drama, a silly drama type thing, but it's a documentary. These people are real. They really exist. And which is the part that fascinates me. Wow. Okay, I want to do F next. F, where are you, F? 26. Yeah, there are these goofy people that collect these big animals. I don't know. I just don't know. That's crazy. I'd rather just sit here and diamond paint. Thank you very much. I don't need, I've got my doggies. That's as wild animal, as large of an animal as I want. I've got my big old doggie. What is that? There's a piece of plastic in there from when it was manufactured. Weird. Okay. I got, Tootsie's probably 100 pounds. That's as big as I'm going to go. I don't want no cat that's going to be, 600 pounds roaming around my house. Thank you very much. Yeah, weird show. And these people, like, one of them's got a mullet and this, he's just a character. A character. Oh, some people are passing by my house. But the part that I enjoy about this imposition of social distancing, I was sitting here diamond painting the other day, and a lot of times I'll sit here and I'll have Netflix on my computer and I'll be listening to, I've been binge watching Once Upon a Time because you don't really have to watch that. I mean, we know what the fairy tales are. And or I'll be listening to an Audible book on Audible. I'm listening to Anne Rice's Witching Hour. So I was sitting here the other day, and actually didn't have anything on, and I'm diamond painting, and I had the windows open, and you could hear the birds. You could hear children outside playing. I mean, that normally never happens. I don't know where these children have been hiding, but they were all outside playing, and you could hear them. It was a strange sound, but comforting, a comforting sound, but one that you just don't normally hear. And it was just so cool to hear it. I think, yes, there are going to be some things that happen, and that's one of them from this social distancing. You know, there's going to be things that come out of this that are for the better, and I think that's one of them. Those, that children are going to learn that you don't have to be in the house all the time watching the TV and playing your games. There's so much to do outside. They were running around. They got a little trampoline that they play on. They're playing ball, and I know it was so fun to listen to. And my son and his boys are like remodeling their backyard. They're putting in a garden. Some people I know in New York are gardening inside the house. They're like learning hydroponics, which is super cool. I should do that. Learn how to grow food for yourself. If you can't get out, grow it for yourself. I mean, how cool is that? I rent, and I can't go digging up the backyard, planting a garden. I don't think they would appreciate that. But I think if I had my own house, I would consider it. But it doesn't stop me from doing something inside the house, like a hydroponics type thing inside the house. I could. The drill that I'm putting out now is just like here, there, it's just kind of spotty. Here, I don't know why people love to give me confetti. So I'm almost grown to love it. I'm so used to it now. When I get color blocking, I'm like, oh, color blocking, this is so easy. There's some E's in here, so I'm having to distinguish between the E's and the F's. And when I've got my easel on an angle, my table on an angle, sometimes you have to really look when you get up this area. There's these diamonds that need to be pushed in. Where else? Feeling there. And that's not unusual that you have one, when you start filling in these holes, it pushes everything, together, and you might get something that pops a little, and you just push it back in, and it's fine. I've never had to seal an ever moment. So that's a good thing. Let's see. These are E's. This is N. F. These are F's right here. So personally, one of the things that's changed for me is, I'll check the computer in the morning. There hasn't been a lot of work to do from my regular job. So then I come in and I turn on my Facebook, and there's a group called the DP, Diamond Painting Sisterhood. And we just formed our little group on Facebook Messenger, and we send little notes to each other during the day, Or we'll even open up a chat and video chat with each other while we diamond paint, which is totally comforting because then you're not just sitting, you feel like you're sitting in a room with other people and everybody's diamond painting. And sometimes we're not even talking, we're just diamond painting. You could hear the clicks of the diamonds, and it's all very, very comforting. And, you know, we need that comfort in today's, with everything going on today. I think I'm going to open up this part here. We might as well. Let's do that. I'll show you how I do it. I have an X-Acto knife here. I still have a little work to do up here, but I have this X-Acto knife, and I'm just gonna, what I did was, this came with two large sheets of double-sided adhesive. So I put this masking tape or duct tape. I got this at the dollar store, and I put it on here so when it's on the light pad, I can't see through it, so I don't see what the image is below it. But so I'm just going to cut through very lightly the adhesive that's here, the double-sided adhesive. And I'm sure there's people that are much better at it than I am, doing a straight line. That way I can just take this, and I try to be careful. I don't want to cut my wrist and, have this horrible accident and blood everywhere all over my painting. And it didn't cut too straight. There we go. There we go. And now we have another section open and a $10 bill. Look, woohoo. So I have actually been, I don't know why, I don't know what I'm saving these for, but I've been sticking the dollar bills up here. So yesterday I took off a 5. All right, I'm going to put this back, this X-Acto knife, so I don't get killed. Sliced, open, put it in its little compartment that I have there. And we'll go back to diamond painting. I want to see if there's any F's in this area. And there are. Oh, look at there. There are F's. I knew it. I knew it. Some of them are even together forever. Yeah, all right, stop it, Rebecca. So what else? So, that has really been my life for the last month. As far as walking the dogs, let's talk about that. The little one doesn't like to be walked. He will go outside with us off his leash. He does not like the leash. And he'll just hang outside with us. If I need to walk the other dog, he'll just hang out on the front patio, on the front driveway. That's if it's just us. Now, if there's another dog out there, he feels the need to protect the larger dog. Like he is Tootsie's father and he has to protect her. My coffee's cold now, even though she's the 100-pound dog. So it's the funniest thing you'll ever see. This other dogs will bark at Tootsie, and he, the little one, the one you see in here with me sometimes, he will race out there and put himself between my 100-pound dog and the whatever other animal is barking at Tootsie. It's quite funny. All right. Are there no more F's in this section? No. Well, there probably are, and I'm just not seeing them. There are. Looky there. You put the color away thinking, oh, I've done everything in that color, and as soon as you do, there's more. Because none of us have eyesight that's great enough to see all this. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave the F's in this container for now, and I'm going to get the E's out. But what I do is I take my Doris container and I put it in here because I will forget what symbol that is. So I keep those together. And there's a video chat going on as we speak. As we speak. And I'm at 45 minutes, so I'm missing it, guys. So I'm going to get the E out. Let me see. Where's the E? Here's the F. Where am I to? All right. So, guys, I want to thank you for spending part of your day with me. I hope this has helped you get through some diamond painting. You know, that's what I like to do. I'll sit and listen to your WIP and chats as I diamond paint and learn more about you. I hope that this has been informative, comforting, and if you're doing this in the future as a social studies project, I hope that you learned a little bit about what great grandma went through during the great 2020, what did we call it? Social isolation imposition. Okay? I'm going to name that. This is the social isolation imposition WIP and chat. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon in the next video, or you never know where I'm going to pop up. You just never know. Take care.